Hi, I'm Rita Wilkins, also known as the Downsizing Designer. So today I decided to be in my beautiful garden to do this video, and it's one of those beautiful summer days you just can't stay inside. So this particular video is about summer decluttering. It's a survival guide for the whole family. And it's about how to clear clutter, keep the peace, and maybe even have some fun doing it. Those of you that know me, you gotta have fun, no matter what you're doing. So today, one of the topics is, whose stuff is this anyway? So one of my viewers shared this really funny story, and it inspired me to do this video. And according to her, it was a beautiful summer day. The birds were chirping, the sun was shining, and she had this brilliant idea. Let's tackle the garage as a family. And she was so enthusiastic about it. Wasn't quite ready for the responses that she got, but as she said, there were 3 sets of eyes that rolled in unison. And her husband suddenly remembered an important golf game. One of her teenagers vanished into their AirPods, and then the youngest flopped onto the porch and in a very dramatic way said, "You're ruining my summer." So if this sounds familiar, and it does to me, that's why I'm laughing, decluttering as a family in the summer can actually feel like herding cats in 95-degree heat. But here's the good news. With the right approach and a sense of humor, it can actually be productive and even enjoyable. And it's one of the best ways to reset your home before back-to-school chaos returns. So let's walk through your summer decluttering survival guide, which I created for you, and it's going to be a freebie. It's in the link below. It's complete with life moments, practical steps, and ways to avoid turning a cleaning day into a family feud. So the first part is why summer is actually the perfect time to declutter. So everyone's home more often, which means more mess, of course, but it also means more helpful hands. So it's the season of fresh starts, summer camps, vacations, and transitions. So you'll head into fall lighter, more organized, and less stress if you declutter now. So think of it like spring cleaning, but with ice cream breaks. The second part, and when I decided to write this, I reached out to my viewers and I said, tell me a couple of funny stories you have about decluttering. So we all have those funny family decluttering stories, and so I wanted to share a couple of them with you. One is, I'm calling it the Lego landmine incident. So one of the dads shared that after stepping barefoot onto another Lego, he declared, "That's it, we're getting a goat and we're going to live off the grid." His kids cried and his wife laughed, and the Lego stayed. Another one was, this was cute, a mom found 38 mismatched socks behind her son's bed. When asked why he didn't throw them out, he replied, "I thought I'll find the partner someday." Hopeful, but not. He didn't. And the last one is the sandwich sentiment. So a family cleaning out the food pantry found a sandwich from a 3rd grade science project. It was fossilized. Their son, now in high school, he got a B on that project. So the moral of the story is, clutter does tell stories, but we don't have to keep everything and to remember that moment. So the third part of this is how to declutter together without losing your cool. So the first one is to have a family huddle, set the stage for snacks, music, a short meeting, and explain, the why, which is more space, easier mornings, fewer fights over missing shoes, and give each person a voice in that huddle. And the second one is to assign zones or rooms. So don't all start in the same spot, just so it's divide and conquer. Kids could be the closets, the toys, the books. Parents, it could be the kitchen, the garage, the paperwork. And then family together could be the common areas, the mudroom, or the storage bins. And number 3, use the toss, keep, and donate system. So provide bins or bags that are just labeled clearly, and make a game out of it, like who can fill the donation bag the fastest. And number 4, set timers and take breaks. So work in short bursts of 15, 25, 30 minutes, then reward them with lemonade, popsicles, a quick game of some kind, whatever it takes. This keeps the morale high and the burnout low. And then let each person decide on their own stuff. So this is so important. This avoids that dreaded, "Mom, you threw away my lucky rock," or, just guide it, but don't bulldoze it. And number 4 is how to prevent family arguments. So let's face it, clutter can be emotional, and so can family dynamics. So here's how to survive that particular storm. 1, use humor. When your spouse insists on keeping 47 takeout menus, you might say something like, "Great, well, let's wallpaper the kitchen with it." And then the second one is to avoid shaming. So instead of, "Why do you keep that junk?" say something like, "Tell me what this means to you." And then you can also use the parking lot method, which I've talked about before, but for sentimental or disputed items, create a parking lot. It's a bin that you can revisit in 30 days, and often that emotional attachment then just fades. And the next thing is to respect the boundaries. So one person's treasure is another person's trash, but everyone feels different and they deserve the respect. And number 5 is to create a summer habits that last. So decluttering isn't a one and done event, as you know, it's a mindset shift. So if you try these lasting habits, hopefully you're going to have success throughout the year. So the first one is the Sunday reset. So a 15-minute family cleanup every single weekend, or the 1 in, 1 out method. For every new item that comes in, donate or toss another. And then the drop zone discipline. So baskets by the door for shoes, for bags, for keys, really important at school time. And then the seasonal purge. So, if they expect that, okay, every season you're going to have a purge, it won't be such a big surprise. So summer, fall, winter, spring, there'll be a clean out. So your future self and your sanity will thank you. So, and then the 6th part is my actual checklist that is free. If you are interested, it's in the link below. I created it so that it just makes it easier for you to use a checkoff system for areas like your closets, your toys and books, your garage, your basement, the kitchen, the family room, the backpacks and the school supplies, and then sentimental items and also the drop zones. So if you want it, just click the link below. And so you could basically say, after this is done, that we came, we cluttered, and we conquered. So at the beginning of that garage day from that original woman, she said after a little sweat and tears, they sat on the front porch surrounded by donation boxes and iced tea. The kids were actually laughing. Her husband miraculously said nothing at all about the golf game during the entire time. So decluttering doesn't have to be perfect, and you don't have to be miserable doing it. It's not just about making space in your home, it's about making space for connection, memories, and also peace of mind. So this summer, don't just survive the clutter, conquer it, but conquer it together. And maybe even celebrate with ice cream. I hope this helps.